Hello. Why is it so dark in here? Well, that's because I am in the big dig, in the mob farm, and I am on the floor. As you can see, my Y level is -59. I am at the very bottom. It's all slabbed. The floor is all slabbed, so no mobs can get at me here. That also guarantees very nice spawn rates up in the mob farm. And why am I here? Well, I said I was gonna, in the previous video, I said I was probably going to work on the mega base, but something else drew my interest. Now you can't see anything, so let there be night vision. And here we go. And you might notice that the space seems to be a lot smaller. I used to have a lot more space around. Now there are these big ass walls going up to the ceiling. Well, let me show you from a better perspective. And I am not even going to talk much about the process of covering the ceiling in Deep Slate and building these huge walls. It's like a lot of monotonous block placing. So I created this basic shape of a big room where I have the Deep Slate on the floor and the walls and the ceiling. You will see that I have my new friend over here. Come here, buddy. What's your name? Oh, Ghost. Okay. Oh yeah, I called him Ghost because this is like a, ghostly, ghastly place. So I made myself a new Ghast, Happy Ghast, because I used the combination of Happy Ghast, even though he's quite slow. Use the combination of Happy Ghast and lots and even more, and more and some more than that than you're thinking of scaffolding to fill in the ceiling. And yes, it was as annoying as you imagine it to be. The walls were simpler because, well, I mostly just filled up my inventory with blocks and then just went line by line, just filling in the whole line of blocks, right? So monotonous but not complicated. And I built this basic shape of a cross in all four sides, and I outlining all four bridges. And in this section specifically, you can see I also did some extra shaping. Okay, I'm afraid the Ghast audio might really screw with the video, so I'm gonna get off Ghost. So you can see I did some extra shaping work. You can see it better from the bottom, I think. So the wall I built a flat wall on every side, right? And then I built some more stuff using a lot more blocks. Spent a lot of time in the nether digging out extra blackstone and hunting down squid for black ink. I had plenty of tuff, so that was another problem. Why did I do this? Because I wanted to give this impression that when you look at the bot, it's obviously the room is supposed to be viewed in darkness, yeah? So if I do this, I only have lighting on the bridges, right? On the walkways. So if you look down there, the strips of black concrete and blackstone are supposed to give this kind of impression of depth, sort of, hopefully. I don't know how well that works out, but I think it gives a decent impression of this. Like, you look over the edge, you see a bit of really dark color down there, right? So what's behind the walls here? Nothing. It's just the rest of this. Hold on. It's just this empty space that I previously dug out, right? And I imagine I will put some things, some builds in these four corners. One of them I want to make into, I want to see if I can make it work. I want to build a creaking farm of yet indeterminate size. I have not looked into it at all. But I want to build a creaking farm to get some resin, because I still, after all this, and I know that there's a summer drop coming, which is gonna bring in like sulfur blocks and cinnabar blocks, two new sets of building blocks, one of which is just another red block, which I really don't know if we needed another red block. And another one is like yellow, which I suppose having a bit of yellow filled out in the color scheme is actually nice. But cinnabar, red. We have red. We've got red. We got plenty of red. Give me blue building blocks. Can I have blue stairs? But I mean like actual blue, not like prismarine or not like cyan, but like blue concrete, like lapis blocks. Please, I want blue building blocks. Oh goodness. But anyway. The farm is working very well. The output is very nice, and you can hear hopefully and see that stuff is falling all the time. So if I spend even a little bit of time here building like this, right, I get a lot of output. So one of these corners, creaking farm to get resin, because I get to everything in Minecraft super late. I still don't have frog lights because I don't have a frog light farm, because setting that up sounds like an absolute nightmare with all the frog stuff. But I suppose I'll have to get around to it one of these days, because I would like to be able to use frog lights. Finally, after years, years since the release of that update. Anyway, so I made a gate going into the wall there, and why? Might you be asking, am I even, do I appear to be building a tunnel in here, or at least the beginnings of a tunnel? Because this direction is the first island. Yeah? Like if you, so I am going in positive X, right? Positive X direction is west. No, it's east. It's east. Positive X is east, right? It's, if north is top, then positive X is to the right. Yeah? And if I teleport here, notice that positive X is in the direction of the first island. You can see it in the distance there. So the plan, obviously, is to dig out a tunnel. Yes, it's another underground digging project for no damn good reason other than I think it'll be cool. The plan is to dig out a tunnel and connect. Oh, hello vampires. So the plan is to dig out a tunnel and connect that underground tunnel from the big dig to the underground part. Okay, take the elevator. To the underground part of the first island base. I have no idea where it will line up, but it's gonna connect to the first island underground somewhere on this side, either here or maybe to deep storage or I don't know. But the level of the walkway in the big dig is what, like Y level 1, I think. I haven't actually checked which way it will, where it would connect precisely. but it's something that we can find out together right now. No, I don't like you, phantoms. Go away. So if I teleport back to the big dig, all right. It's this way. So this is what? Z level -40. That's where it lines up, right? -40. Oh my goodness. I'm such a dumbass. -40. So let me see where that would line up. I am actually interested. -40. It will be this way. Oh, it's gonna come out like all the way to the side. I'm gonna have to dig a new part of the underground here. I don't think I have anything that goes all the way over there. Wait, I might. Hold on. Where am I going? Where the hell? Oh, there you go. I might connect it to the old underground tunnels on this side, on this level. I mean, it will have to, yeah, because hold on. It's like Y level 1, -40. So if I go down here, this is where the dragon egg is. Oh, hello. Hi. So this is quite close to the dragon egg. But this, I'm pretty sure, is like the leftmost, I mean, kind of, not leftmost, but the most, in terms of the direction, the most eastmost part of the underground. I don't think I have anything that goes even further in this direction. I would have to jump into spectator mode to check it out, but I'm pretty sure that there isn't anything. Yeah. It just doesn't go any further in this direction. So -40 is what, here, right? Oh goodness, I'm about to, okay. Run out of night vision. But it is doable. Because I could just make the tunnel like connect. Well, it would have to be negative level 1 for the floor. So it'd be like here, and then I could make a staircase or something up to here. Well, I'll figure it out. So that's what's going to be happening. Well, I'm actually going to have another reason to add something new to these old, super old tunnels. And how do I get out of here? Do I even remember still? Wait, if I go this way, and now here, yeah, there you go. I still remember. I know my way around my own base. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on that big dig, and I have, well, I'm not, because building that the extra shaping on the flat walls is not very complicated, but because of the just sheer size of the room, size of the build. Okay, I don't have night vision available, but you know, those extra shapes on the walls and the tapered walls and tapered ceiling, right? That I showed before. It it it's time consuming because of the just size of the build, and you know, I'm gonna have to grab, you know, to grind up even more blackstone and more black concrete for that. So just gathering materials and then, you know, building scaffolding, just like placing all the blocks. It's just like it's not a complicated build, but it's a time consuming build, right? Just because of the sheer scale of it. But I guess if you want to have a huge build that looks cool, you gotta spend some time on it. So I am kind of being careful about what sort of decorative elements I put on the walls. You can see like this design of this gateway is very simple. It's just polished tough blocks, and then that right there is the tough wall, so it has a bit of an indentation, so it adds a bit more, you know, shape to the wall. It's not just flat, right? So it's a very simple design here, because I don't want to do too much. And another thing is that when I'm building in such a huge scale, like this is a big build, this is a big room. When building on such a huge scale, I find that even just using a simple block palette, but like playing with shapes, can be just as effective as having a smaller scale build with lots and lots of texturing and using different blocks, right? I just don't want to do too much and end up with some block vomit sections. So I'm being careful about what I add here. Like you can see, there's still huge flat portions of these walls here. Like this huge chunk flat over there in that triangle at the top there. But I don't want to add too much. Like design of the bridges, right? It's all basically just out of deep slate. And then I have some copper trapdoors and some copper bars, and you can see it by also used some those green wooden warped wood fences, yeah, to give like a nice smooth taper shape, like a smooth curve shape to the bridges, yeah. But the bridge itself, it's like just like, you know, a few bits of copper, and then it's just all just deep slate, right? And then I put some, yeah, there you go. I'll put some sea lanterns under slabs to light up the bridge itself, yeah, to make it spawn-proof. So the build is not very complex, doesn't use a huge variety of blocks, but that was the intention for this build from the beginning. It's on a huge scale, but doesn't need lots of different blocks to kind of look cool, right? That's what I wanted to. Because honestly, doing a huge variety of blocks and such a big scale, that's just, I'm just one dude working on this world. I don't have the time to do all of that, you know. And I'm playing in survival, you know, like I build everything in survival, so it just takes a long time. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I want to just copy this design that is here onto the other 3 sections, or if I want to make each kind of section have a unique design. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. And this is a build that I will, you know, be returning to over time. I'm definitely not going to be, I mean, I would say that the scale classifies this as a mega build. So I'm definitely not going to just knock it all out in you know, in one grind. this is going to be something that I chip away at and return to over months, right? I mean, it's fitting because this whole build originated, well, like, I don't even know how much time ago at this point. What, like 4 years, 5 years ago, when I was just starting to dig out the first chunks out of the desert. And now I have, I'm filling the empty space back in. So it's the next thing that I definitely want to work on is digging out the tunnel towards the first island, right? A crazier extension of this would be building another tunnel on this side, because this goes north, and then connecting it to the megabase. That would just be crazy, because that's like hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands of blocks away. I have no idea, but it's a long distance. It's a fair distance. Like right now I am, at what? Just in the z-axis, I am at -40, right? And megabase is how far north? Yeah, okay, so that's literally 1,000 blocks. It would be 1,000 blocks of digging, yeah. So that would be a crazy project. That would be a crazy project. I might end up doing it. The slightly less crazy aspect of it is that I wouldn't obviously be digging out. Where are you? If I decided to do this, I would basically be digging out a tunnel that is basically this width, right? It's what, like 7 blocks across, yeah? And I would want to dig it out then to like about 10 blocks high from where I'm standing, right? And then down to the bottom. So I could basically dig a tunnel, right? And replicate this bridge design across the whole tunnel. So it would be digging out a lot of blocks, but not as insane as this whole thing was, which is the volume of this is about what? About just under 3 million blocks, the volume of this, because it's 170 by 170 by about 100 height. So 170 times, it's like 28,000, 29,000, something like that, because 17 times 17 is 289. So, and then times 100 is about just under 3 million blocks. Like it's like 2.89 million blocks. That's the volume of this. No, because the width of the whole room is not exactly 170. I think it's like 176. So it's just about 3 million blocks, right? So if I limited myself to just digging out a tunnel that is not 100 blocks tall, but basically, well, still 60 and 10 plus over my head, that would be 70 blocks tall and 7 blocks across, right? And then however many blocks long in either direction. So that would be, 7 times 70. That's the width and height of the tunnel, and then you just multiply by the length, right? So 7 times 70 was what, 490, and times 1,000 blocks digging north to the megabase. Wait, that's still like, what, 50,000 blocks? Really? Is that? Because 50,000 seems actually kind of low. Okay, my math must be off here, but the point is that digging out a smaller tunnel rather than just digging out a huge cube underground would be a lot less digging than I've already done on this project in the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So it's not impossible. Definitely, it's not impossible, right? So I am thinking about doing that. This way goes to the first island, and this way goes, to the megabase 1,000 blocks north. Yeah. So it is something I'm thinking of. And again, I don't know if I'll just copy the design that I put here on the other 3 sides. I'm not sure. Or if I'll just want to design something unique for each kind of arm of the cross. I haven't decided that yet. For now, I am focusing on, well, I heard a weird sound. Okay, never mind. For now, I'm focusing on just this arm of the cross here, which is the tunnel that's going to lead to the first island. To be honest, the reason why I put off working on the megabase again is because I just don't have an idea yet for that next part, next section of the megabase build. I just don't have an idea for it yet. And I don't want to just build something just to build something and then, later think, oh, this sucks, I hate it, and demolish the whole thing, right? I want to have a good idea for what I want to build and then do it, right? I don't force myself into projects on this world. I play on this world when I want to. I take breaks when I want to. And when I have an idea, I build something. When I have a podcast to listen to or a show to watch on the second screen, and I can just kind of mindlessly place blocks a lot, like they're building these walls, I do that, right? So I keep my interest in this world by picking the projects to work on that fit my mood at any given time, basically. So yeah, that's how I've kept this world going for what? Goodness, 7 years now. Yeah, because the world is from just about the beginning of 2019, so we are in like 7.5 years now, which is kind of crazy. That honestly, I will congratulate myself well, if I still have this world 2.5 years from now, and I'm still actually working on it, and I'm still actually actively playing on it instead of just, I'll just put it away for 2 years and then pretend that I have an actual anniversary, right? But another thing that you might have noticed, since I have the day count displayed in the top left, I have officially crossed 10,000 days on this world. That is kind of a crazy thing to think about. 10,000 Minecraft days. Of course, there's plenty of those days have been not the full 20 minutes because sleeping in a bed and stuff, right? But there have also been plenty of those Minecraft days where I played for the full 20-minute cycle because I was, for example, underground and I didn't care if it was night or day outside. Yeah, I mean up top, right? So, still 10,000 days. That is kind of cool. That is kind of cool, I think. It's a big threshold, right? That's a big number, 10,000. So, well, I know I've rambled a lot in this video. These videos just kind of come out like this, so hopefully it's not too big a waste of your time if you're still watching. And thank you if you still are. And I will finish here because if I don't, I'm just gonna keep rambling for another 15 minutes, which I totally could, but that really would be a waste of your time. So I'll leave it here. Thanks for watching.